Hey, welcome back to a new quick review of the Master Grade Phenex MSV version, not the narrative. I was so happy, excuse me, and so lucky to find this guy that I thought I would never see him again. And I was kind of right. When I got him at my local hobby store, they have a lot of the high grade NT narrative, but they don't have the old one. Shockingly, which I'm amazed at. Or it's probably the fact that Phenex is so gold and so pretty that people just want it. I wanted to keep this guy as he was. I'm probably just gonna buy a whole nother kit to pose him in destroy mode because, I don't see a need to really transform him. I get it. It is a very pretty transformation, especially with the shields. DE shields are one of the reasons why I fell in love with Banshee. I just love them, especially because they're gold. They're just enhanced. Now for a top-down view of look. Top-down look. I gotta say that Phenex, my favorite part is definitely the V-fin. To me, it looks like actual Phenex feathers. That was a tongue twister. And I love how they implemented that into this. It's not just a bland one like Unicorn, and it's not overly spiky like Banshee's. Not to say it's too spiky, but just in whatever the word is. And the rest of the kit is just basic old Unicorn. Nothing special. The only thing that's grand about is the gold, of course. Same with the shields. Other than the fact that you had to paint the gray engines in, or exhaust points. It's like, I understand that it is an extra part, but come on, Bandai. You made the little flip out thing at the front a whole separate part. Why? You made this a whole separate part. Why couldn't you just make the engines a separate part? You did it on the perfect grade. I understand it's a perfect grade, but whatever. That's one of my gripes with this kit. The other part that I have a problem with is, if you guys can see, which I don't think the camera is picking it up, the waist, it's not flat. And that's because when I put the shields on for the photo shoot, it warped the inside waist joint. So now forever, he will have just a weird forward lunge. Which, is it the end of the world? No, but then again, when I want to look at the Unicorn kits, especially in Unicorn mode, I want to have them, dare I say, perfect. But it's just something I had to learn. If they have metal replacement parts, again, they do have them, but they don't have the waist joint, which is like, so you make them for the arms, the neck, the knees, and the feet, but you don't make it for the waist. Why? I don't know. I didn't make it, so I guess it ain't my problem. Has to be very worried about is that the shield fell a couple of times, and you can see the streaks on there and on there, and then you can see how much dust, pollen, whatever is on there. So if, just as a heads up, if you want this kit, and I shouldn't really just say this kit, if you want any electroplated kit, understand that you're gonna have to clean it. And other than just cleaning it, you're going to have some terrible nubs. I understand this is an old kit, but for these kind of kits, I gotta say, like, Bandai, please just make them undergated, because those are just nasty. They showed the most on the knee. Oh, let me get you to it. On the knee, a little bit from the side, definitely the forearm, and then the shoulder the most. Is it the biggest complaint that I can give to this kit? Yes. Understanding that it's also a 12-year-old kit from when probably this batch was made. I know the Unicorn's made, what was it, 2010? Something? I don't know. Around then, but still. Bandai, we need 2.0 of Unicorns, not just the MGE yet Unicorn. All of the Unicorns. Everyone loves the Unicorns. Don't just stick with the wing, please. And then for the articulation on this guy, it's again the same old Unicorn. Nothing special. I mean, it does a great job of doing what it needs to do, but what we want it to do, definitely not. Again, be careful with the electroplating, that if you move it around too much, or especially at the arm joints, where those tabs, they're not tabs, but the extended parts of the elbow and the bicep, they will rub on each other. Know that the leg and the skirt, or the thigh and the skirt, will rub on each other. Everything has a possibility of rubbing on itself, so do be careful. Do watch out when you're posing it. Again, another reason why I just leave it as it is, because I already scratch off enough paint with those nubs. I do not want to do anymore, and I will not transform this kit, as I have said in every other review, especially the Master Grade EX Unicorn review. I will not transform it. Phenex is meant to be a beautiful statue. I will probably just buy another one to do that. I think I already said that I did. Anyways, let's get into the final thoughts. I had to say that I'm very, very happy that I picked up this kit. If I could, I would scratch off all the paint and redo it, just because it is a very nice piece. Could I ever do this reflective? No, because this, I mean, unless you get the $20, $30 bottles of paint, you can't get this shine from regular testers. So this would probably be one that I would spend a couple $100 extra on, just with polishing and everything. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I would recommend them. I really, really would. I mean, if you want them as a statue, that would be what I really prefer it as. But if you just want them as a movable figure, if you're okay with paint chipping, if you're okay with having the waist joint be a little warped after a while, then yeah. But if you just want one to be, I don't know, you can throw it at the wall and it'll be fine, don't pick this guy up. It's not worth it. Banshee is what, $40, $50 depending on where you get them. This guy was $150, $160. It's almost triple. So be careful with what you do with them. And that's all I got for you guys today. So thank you for watching. Happy building. God bless, and see you next time.